When self-absorbed goes up against full of herself, nobody wins. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I'm covering Real Housewives of Dallas, Season 5, Episode 7, Getting Weird in Austin. You guys, I'm so sick of Kary's birthday. How long are we going to have to celebrate this thing? My God, let's please move on. All right, let's get into the show. Hey guys, I just want to take a second and say if you're enjoying this show, please check out my Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search Real Housewives Recaps, or check the comments below and I'll put a link. And for $1 a week, you can support my show and get 4 bonus episodes per month. I'm covering Scary Island, like the greatest season of Real Housewives of New York. So check it out. Thanks so much. So on the 200th episode of celebrating Kary's birthday, we see a packing montage. Brandi has decided to bring Captain Dick, who is apparently friends with Captain Brandi. It's a blow-up doll that weirdly looks like her husband Brian. Okay, you guys, this episode, I'm going to get into it. We're going to talk about it, but I'm just telling you right now, I am so anti-Kary. I've been okay with Hendra, but I'm telling you, I'm anti-Hendra too. I can't stand either one of them. I can't. It makes me love Stephanie and Cam even more. I actually like Tiffany a little better this episode too, but Hendra and freaking Kary, I just can't. They are the most self-absorbed, just full of themselves. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. And you want a little bit of that in a housewife, but my God, they're annoying. Everything about it, Kary's, like, everything is annoying. Even her hat in this scene annoyed me. I'm just over it all. They both play the victim. They're sorry for themselves. They call each other a bully. I think they're both bullies, although I hate that word. Maybe neither one of them are bully because it doesn't apply. They're grown-ass women. I don't know. But they both suck. I don't know how else to say it. I was surprised at myself this episode. I actually like Tiffany a little better. Yeah, it wouldn't be Tiffany unless she did a little bragging about her stuff and a little talking about being a doctor. She does both of those. But we'll get into it later. I thought she actually tried to make an effort to listen to the ladies and to be a little bit more easygoing. And I actually liked her a lot better this episode. I was surprised. Although, you guys, she made a spreadsheet. Come on, she made a spreadsheet for packing. She says it's her love language. It makes me want to bang my head against the wall. She would hate the way I pack. Just throw some shit in a bag, see what fits. I don't think I need a spreadsheet for that. So we do find out Tiffany, not only does she have a Dior ombre case, but we find out she's got a meeting set up with her boss as soon as she gets back. Remember, she's going to try to take a step back, ask for a reduction in hours. She has so much anxiety about it, wants to spend more time with her kids. We go over to Hendra's house. They were FaceTiming each other. Not much going on. They talk about Friday night pizza. Hendra did tell Tiffany about just some shit the girl said. She's kind of talking crap to Tiffany. That didn't really bother me either way. Okay, so Hendra's trying on this neon cowboy hat and packing, and rock and roll themed cowboy party. Her husband Jeremy is asking how she feels. She says, obviously, Kary's mad at her, but she hasn't come to her about it. I don't know. You guys, this is hard. I've been a Hendra fan in the past. I hate her personality when it comes to the business and how she just expects things to be handed to her by her mother. That's ridiculous. There's a lot of things that bug me about Hendra, but I still liked her okay. This episode reminded me why I don't like Hendra. Okay, we'll get there. Everybody arrives at the bus. P.S. Court has a G-Wagon. That's my car. Not really. It's my dream car. I love that. If you guys are fans of Ladies of London like I am, you'll know that Caroline Stanbury had that car. I just love it. It's so weird looking, but I think it's so cool. They're so expensive. I think they start at like $100,000. So sign up for my Patreon so I can get a G-Wagon. So it's cute because Cam's super excited about this tour bus. She keeps calling it a rock star bus. So they're all dressed up like rock stars. I don't know what the hell Brandi's wearing, but I think any excuse to put on an old cheerleading outfit, she's all for it. But they all get there. Not much is going on. She keeps talking about Captain Dick. He looks like Brian. Who cares? Cam says Deandra brings one more bag than she does because she has to bring her personal pharmacy. And then she says, it's not shoes, it's pills. And I kept thinking about Lisa Rinna with her bag of pills, and I thought, oh, Deandra puts her to shame. Deandra says she has a fear of not having enough stuff. Okay. Cam warns the driver that this group is rowdy. We have absolutely no reaction from the driver. It's a 2.5-hour drive to Austin. I'm going to be honest, I want to be on this bus. I thought it looked like a heck of a lot of fun, a great way to travel, especially for a girls' trip. I think this is fantastic. Cam says that they have a lot of surprises for the trip. Remember, Cam and Stephanie planned it. She passes out pink itineraries to everybody, and it's signature scented. She sprayed it with Chanel. I just love Cam. I know I've gotten some comments from you guys that you're not big fans, but I just love her. I think because she lives in her own little world. Remember, she doesn't even watch the news because she doesn't want to hear bad news. So she just lives in Cam world, and everything's scented like Chanel, and I kind of want to live there. Okay. We see, Kary just annoys the piss out of me. She really does. We see her pouring tequila into people's mouths. Haven't we seen this? I'm so mixed. If I was on the girls' trip, yeah, this will probably happen. I wouldn't do this to other people, but if somebody's pouring it, I'd probably open it in my mouth and I'll have a good time. I'm not trying to be a stick in the mud. I'm all for girls' trips, but we've seen this all season long. Kary forcing people to drink. This is the same thing, freaking Ramona used to do. I've been rewatching the old episodes. She poured everybody wine so that way it didn't look like it was just her wanting some wine at 10 o'clock in the morning. So Kary seems to be doing the same thing. It's just a hunch I have. She's into the drinking. She wants everybody else to be drinking so that way the focus is not on her drinking. Deandra does this whole thing where she brags about all these guys she's been on tour buses with. Man, I wanted to know Deandra in the 90s. She talks about all the cocaine she did, all the tour buses she was on. Apparently she hooked up with somebody from The Who, Chris Cornell, guys from Candlebox, The Cult, just a whole bunch of people. And she said a few she couldn't remember because she was so effed up. So they talk about sex positions on the bus. Cam's afraid to talk about it, so she changes the subject, but she ends up admitting. I was laughing because Cam's a giant. Her husband's very short, and it just made me laugh. I'm a giant too. I'm actually taller than Cam. And my feet are bigger than Cam's too, but we're not going to talk about that. So I get her pain, but my husband's taller, so I guess, I don't know. Anyway, okay, moving on. So the sucky thing here is that the bus cannot get down the driveway. So they have to walk, a half mile? I think it is, half-mile walk. The manager's going to bring their big bags. They're carrying all these little bags. Everybody's complaining. I noticed it the most on Kary. She's like, I'm wearing my 12-inch shoes. I'm like, oh my God. Cam's the only one that was smart and wore tennis shoes. But it's a beautiful house. There's a lake in the back. The house manager greets them. They have drinks. They go outside. Kary thanks everyone. They do a toast. Kary says, I never want to come off as a bully. I know you said I am. She's talking specifically to Tiffany here. So sorry. If I love you, I want you to have a good time with me. And if you're ever offended by me, come talk to me. I will change. And everybody cheers, and they feel like it was a good toast. I'll be honest with you. I see what Deandra's saying. She's pissed because Kary's making this toast and not trying to make up with her. So her feelings are hurt. She's telling her friend Tiffany about it. Cam and Kary wander in. They realize that they're talking about them, so they wander back out, and they eavesdrop. This didn't really bother me. I mean, Deandra's talking loud enough that everybody can hear her, so are you shocked that people are hearing you? No, probably not. They didn't have to, mic Deandra. You could hear her clearly in the hallway right there, so, that's on Deandra. But honestly, I think I think it's both their faults. I think Kary sucks so bad. It's hard to watch her this season. I'm not to that point with Deandra, but I'm pretty close. And I just think they both have such strong personalities, and I don't mean that in a complimentary way. I mean, they make you want to bang your head against the wall. So that plus that equals just too much. So I think they both suck. They're both wrong. They're both right. I don't know how you want to say it. I am curious to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Whose side are you on in this fight? 99% of my comments I get are that you're annoyed by Kary. I kind of feel the same. No, I don't kind of. I do feel the same way. She's super annoying. It's almost gotten to her head or something. I liked her a lot last year. I really did. I was pulling for her, especially against LeeAnne and all that BS she went through. But she's got a weird attitude this season, and she's very full of herself. I think Deandra is very full of herself. So again, I think it's that thing where you hate in other people what you don't like about yourself. I think that's what's happening with these two. But, they overhear all this. I mean, we saw the episode. We don't have to go over everything that was said. But Deandra is just over and over beating this dead horse. Like, basically, why is she apologizing to you, Tiffany? She owes me an apology. And she did not like the speech. Tiffany, to her credit, I liked her here because she was being very kind to everybody. She was listening to Deandra, but she was also maybe presenting the other side like, maybe it's water under the bridge. Let's take this speech as a good thing. Let's all be nice, And Deandra just kind of showed more of that thing she does where she does not listen to anybody else. It's that friend you have that lays on all their shit about themselves and forgets to ask you a single question about you. I've got that friend. You've got that friend. Like, it's annoying. That's honestly why I even say that about the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. I think I don't fool myself into thinking you just want to hear what I say. I want to hear what you say too. Like, I can learn from you. You can learn from me. We'll learn from each other. And I think if Deandra's just talking, not asking questions, she's not learning anything. So anyway. Okay, so Kary and Cam go back to Stephanie and Brandi, relay the information that they've overheard. Again, this is where Kary annoyed me. She then switches to the victim, where she says she wants to cry. She just wants to have a good time. She gets everybody to hug her. I don't know. I can't. I wish they had left Kary and Deandra just behind, because I think it'd be really fun to watch Stephanie and Cam and Brandi drink. I don't hang out at the lake. Like, that's the trip I want to see. I'm not interested in Kary and Deandra. I'd actually like to see Tiffany hang out at the lake too. There, I said it. Okay. I don't know. They're kind of coming to Kary's defense, but then Stephanie to camera says they're two of the most headstrong people I've ever met. And she's trying to say the fact that Kary's so passionate about Deandra being a better friend means she cares. I don't know. I think it's more of a control thing, if you ask me. So Kary says she wants to bring this up at dinner, and Cam, who I just love her, says, wait for dessert. I want to eat. Cam is like a stick figure, but she always talks about eating, and I love that about. I just think it's really funny. All right. So then after this, we go over to this weird scene where Deandra's asking Tiffany for a B12 shot. Tiffany says it's a small needle and a big booty. Oh my God, it's so funny. All right, so we see everybody getting dressed. They're all getting ready for dinner. Brandi put on her $2,500, yep, you heard me right, boots that she got in Beaver Creek a few years ago. Remember at Cam's family's house? Let's see, so dinner's ready. Cam and Kary are hanging out. Kary pours the biggest glass of tequila I've ever seen in my life. She's wearing her plastic cowboy hat. I don't know why that annoys me too, but it does. So they all go to dinner. They sit down. Stephanie says they have a surprise. They're going to play chicken chip bingo. I have never heard of this before in my life. So There's numbers on the bottom of the cage. You get raffle or these tickets with numbers on them. You hope the chicken shits on your number. This just made me laugh. Cam says, who came up with this chicken shit bingo? Stephanie. She's so gross. The hostess says, again, that you hope the chicken shits on your number. Patsy Cline's the chicken's name. She shits on number 1. That's Cary's ticket. Gag me with a spoon. Okay, so we go over to dinner, and it's a buffet dinner. Kary stands up to make a toast because one toast is not enough, apparently. She says, I only want to be surrounded by love and true friends and by people who want to be here. If you don't like me, you don't want to be here, don't be here. Deandra, if you're upset with me and you don't want to be here and you want to talk behind my back, don't come. I mean, what did you expect Deandra's reaction to be to saying it like that? Yeah, Deandra was a dick to you, but there's a more tactful way to do this. This was not it. I mean, she might as well just walk back in the room when Deandra was talking shit about her if she's going to handle it this way, because this is kind of crazy. Deandra says, I was invited here, Kary. If you don't want me here, I'm happy to go home. Kary says, I've always been honest with you. I don't talk behind people's backs. Okay, you guys, this is where the bullying word starts to get thrown around, and I'm going to be honest, I think it sucks. I don't think it applies here. I think they're grown women capable of defending themselves, and if you want to call a bully, I think they're both bullies. I really do. And we see it later. Kary's being a shit. Actually, again, I hate the word bullying. I don't think it applies here. I just think, I don't know, Deandra's being a dick and Kary's being a shit. So how about those words? Not bullying. Cam says, I don't think you should throw that word around. I actually agree with Cam, not just because I love her. I actually agree with what she's saying. Cam asked the tables, have you guys, oh, sorry, not Cam. Kary asked the table, have you guys ever seen me bully Deandra? Stephanie says, I've seen you guys yell at each other, not so much bullying. Deandra says, I choose my words carefully. I know the definition of bullying. And even if you chicken shits are afraid to say it, then I will. It started with the trunk shows and how I packed the car. Then it was COVID scare. Then it was grapevine. We get to see flashes of all these. Again, it's not bullying. It's just Kary being a shit. And she says, and even without those, right now, it's bullying. No, it's not. You were talking crap about her. You got caught. She's talking crap about you. She's not even trying to hide it. You guys both just suck. Deandra says, I'm calling you the bully now, not last week, bitch, because you're nitpicking all the time. You poke, you poke, you poke. I think they both do that to each other. She says, sit the F down and let me take a breath. And Kary says, so who's being the bully right now? Oh my gosh. Deandra says, not me, because you started it. Again, these sound like children. This is ridiculous. So they go back and forth. I mean, we can go over every detail. Stephanie, it says that Kary was upset. She was crying over Deandra. Deandra says, well, the horrible things you've said about me. Kary says, you said that I have nothing to worry about because my kids are grown. You have no idea how that felt. Deandra says, how am I supposed to know you're having problems if you don't tell me? So again, it goes back to Deandra not listening or asking questions, and Kary being a shit. I don't know. She's wrapped up in her own world, too. It's ridiculous. They go back and forth. Deandra's like, F this, I'm out. So she goes to pack, and Tiffany follows her. Stephanie goes inside and tries to calm her down and get her to stay, and says, you guys have been friends for a long time. Deandra says, I'm going to go, and you can go F yourself. She said that to Kary, obviously. But then Deandra says, I'm going home. I'm out of here. Stephanie says, it's going to take you 5 years to pack. Deandra says, y'all are going to be fine. You guys are best friends. I don't really care, to be honest. And she says, Kary and Cam are bulldogs at a chicken fight. I came on this trip so she could extend an olive branch. Otherwise, I'm going home. So again, Deandra is not learning anything. She walked in with all these expectations. When things aren't going perfectly her way, she's out. Stephanie says that Kary can be aggressive. Her guns are blazing. She doesn't know how to be soft. So then we switch over. We're going back and forth between the table and what's going on in the house. Tiffany is encouraging Kary to go talk to Deandra. Kary says, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. If she wants to stay, if she wants to talk, she better effing beg. So, again, I don't know that I'd call that bullying, but I'll say right now, she's being a shithead. I mean, you're here, you're on the trip, you might as well make the best of it. This is ridiculous. So she's doing this whole, it's my birthday, I'm the queen of the birthdays thing. I mean, come on. We're not 20 years old anymore. This is stupid. Tiffany to camera says, Kary keeps saying, I'm not a bully, but I'm looking at her thinking, you kind of look like one right now. Hendra calls her husband, talks about going home. He's trying to convince her to stay. Tiffany is upset. She starts crying. She says she hates when her friends fight. It reminds her of her parents fighting. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. Do you know what show you're on? The whole point, or not the whole point, but one of the points is fighting. It happens. Cam's like, this fight is not involving you right now. Girl, you never hung out with us. Tiffany says, I came to have a good time. Please just go talk to her. And I felt like Tiffany was being honest in that moment. She was just asking Kary, can you be a bigger person and just try to work this out so we can salvage this weekend? We made this weekend about you. Can we just have a good time? Well, Kary was being an absolute shit and is like, you can cry all day. I will not effing take that step with her. She's been a bad friend to me. So I just thought that was rude and unnecessary. No, I'm not the biggest Tiffany fan, but I just didn't think that was called for. Jeremy's telling Deandra, let her make an ass out of herself. Kary says, you've never seen a more stubborn bitch in your life. So don't come crying to me, asking me to, or begging me to go speak with Deandra. I will never do it. And then Deandra's saying, I don't need this shit. And then we see it to be continued. So again, good riddance, Kary. Bye-bye, Deandra. Don't let the door hit you. Let's get this girls' weekend going. Let's see some fun and drinking. And I'll look at Captain Dick for 90 minutes if I have to. I don't really want to see Kary anymore. So we see it to be continued, and then we get a flash of what's going on later this season. Looks like they're having fun on the lake. It does look like Deandra is in the background here, so I'm guessing she does not leave the trip. Who knows what the heck will happen there. We see Cam hula hooping. We do see a scene with Mama D and Deandra. And Mama D is calling Deandra opportunistic. So that's not going to be great, but I'm here for it, and I want to see what's going on. Let's see. It's Deandra versus Brandi. So they look like they're having a tough time and arguing over a table. Then we have a murder mystery party, to which I say, haven't we done this a lot? Come on, guys. Let's get something new. I know, COVID, we're stuck. It's fine, but I don't know. I just feel like I've seen this before where Brandi's doing a bad job pretending to be dead while drinking and laughing. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still here for it. I'm still enjoying the show. This episode just kind of sucked because I cannot handle Kary or Deandra, but mostly Kary. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below. Whose side are you on? Like, what am I missing here? Or is there something you're seeing I'm not? Do you feel strongly about one or the other? I welcome all opinions, as long as they're nice. I'm fine with it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys stay healthy and safe. Have a fantastic week. And I will be back very soon with lots more shows. So check back. Take care. Bye-bye.